Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Alif Imran Bin Suhaimi and I from class AB6.1. My ID number is ASJ210210028. So today I would like to explain about offline network. So offline network has three reasons why offline network is essential. The first one is personal interaction is easier than online interaction. 2. People can remember face. And 3 is balance is vital. Offline network also a computer or mobile device that is not connected to the internet or internal network. If a printer, scanner or external storage drive is physically connected to the computer but not turned on or is not in ready mode, the device is said to be offline as well. So one of the offline network is formal and informal meeting. So I will explain for the formal meeting first. What is formal meeting? A formal meeting is any pre-arranged meeting between two or more people which take place for the purpose of achieving a common state objective, take place at a designated date, time and location, follow a clear meeting agenda. So what is formal meeting like? A formal meeting is like conducting an orchestra with a conductor that we call chairperson and musician that we call meeting participant, and coming together in a pre-planned place at a set time to play a musical piece that we call agenda, that they perform together that we call agree outcomes. What is the purpose of a formal meeting? The purpose of a formal meeting is to discuss the list of predetermined topics and address the set of objectives and make decisions relating to them. Formal meetings are a requirement of some companies to promote transparency and accountability. This meeting allows proper discussion to be taken about issues within the company. So next, what are the different types of formal meeting? Annual general meeting. These are usually a requirement of a company. Employees and shareholders will meet to discuss progress in the paper years and what to do in the next one. The next one is planning meeting. Group will gather together to plan what to do and how to do it. And the last one is review meeting. Participants will gather to discuss what has been done, how successful it was, and whether it could have been done differently. What involved with a formal meeting? Many formal meetings follow a set pattern. This helps to give the meeting an organized structure. This pattern is usually set out in an agenda which is circulated to participant in advance, along with a copy of the minute from the last meeting. At the beginning of a meeting, participants will agree to the accuracy of the minutes from the last meeting. Attendant will give update on any action item from the previous meeting. The item on agenda will then be discussed. Minutes, official note, will be taken throughout the meeting. There often has to be a certain number of people present for the member to be able to conduct valid business. Where does a formal meeting fit into the organizational management? Formal meetings are an essential part of planning, directing, and controlling which are used within a company structure. Important decisions about the organization may be taken in formal meeting. How do formal meetings impact an organizational goals? Formal meetings help attendants to understand the organizational goal of the company, which is giving them the chance to discuss and amend their organization goal. Decisions are often taken in formal meetings which can affect the organizational goals of a business. What is an informal meeting? Define informal meeting. An informal meeting is a meeting which is far less heavily planned and regulated than a formal business meeting. and select many of the defining features of a formal business meeting, such as a minute, a chairperson, and a set agenda. These informal meetings are far more likely to take place in a casual setting, such as a restaurant or a coffee shop, or at one of the participant desks, rather than take place in a boardroom. So what is an informal meeting like? Formal meetings are like a coach having a quick and opportune chat to a player during the non-playing period about broad issue that may or may not directly relate to the sport but is very relevant to the player or a coach. What is the purpose of an informal meeting? The purpose of an informal meeting is to discuss issues which would not have an appropriate place in a formal meeting. They may be designed to make one of the participants feel more at ease and more free to speak their mind than they would in a more formal setting. They allow participants to meet with a greater degree of spontaneity and flexibility. What are the different types of informal meeting? The first one is one-on-one. This is a type of informal meeting where just two people meet. This may be to discuss business ideas or may be between an off-the-record discussion between a manager and a staff member to discuss their experience in the workplace or any trouble they may be having which could affect their work. The second one is team meeting. This is an informal meeting where a project teams join together to discuss their project and any issue which may be related to it. This meeting may be called suddenly if issue arise during the course of a project. The third one is informational meeting. This is a meeting where a large group of people join together to receive an instruction or piece of information from their manager. They may also receive news about the company via this type of meeting. What involved with an informal meeting? There are no formal requirements for informal meetings, which is why they are easier to arrange than formal one. More things can be discussed in informal meeting because there is not a requirement to stick to a formal agenda. However, some discussion cannot be taken at informal meeting because they must be put to a larger group of people at a formal meeting due to legal restriction. Where do informal meetings fit into the management function? Informal meeting may be a more appropriate way for manager to meet with their staff who are lower down the organizational hierarchy. The flow of information can go both ways as manager alert their staff to any new instruction, while their lower level staff are able to share their own ideas which may help to improve the efficiency of an organization. How do informal meetings impact an organizational goals? Informal meeting can help to further the organizational goals of a company or organization by allowing participants to share thoughts and ideas which may not be fully developed yet, and therefore may be an unsuitable topic for discussion at a formal meeting. They are able to discuss this idea before formally presenting them. What terms are used in conducting informal meeting? The first one is impromptu. Meeting of this kind may often be called immediately or with very little notice. Second one is ad hoc. Informal meeting may have little planning behind them and they could be just based on a single issue rather than a lengthy agenda. The last one is procedure. There are very few, if any, rules executed with informal meeting. So that's all from me. Thank you.